Morning, folks. Brian here at Geomagnetic Earthwatch, Friday, April 11, 2025. First of all, thank you for all the birthday wishes. It's been a few days. I got to get caught up here. I'm going to be covering these heat spots, and some of them are fires for England, Scotland, and Ireland. I'm going to show you some interesting locations, and we'll have a quick little bit of a talk. Now, some of these can be explained, as in industry, steel plants, coal-fired plants, etc. Not all of them. I will actually show you the locations on some of these volcanoes, such as this one. And a few other locations. I've only selected a few I'm going to show you. You notice they've started their spraying. So this is past 24 hours. I'm going to show you the past 7 days combined. Also of note, the southern tip of Norway. Quite a few, as you can see. I did make a statement about 2 years ago. I expect this to be developing. I said pay attention from outside perimeter in Norway, England, Scotland, Ireland, Portugal. This whole area right here. Let's take you to some of these locations. I've saved to Google. So here's one location of our heat spread. Goatfell is a volcano. So I have a large concentration of heat here. I don't know if there's a fire yet. Volcanic complex. So England, Scotland, and Ireland has an extensive series of volcanoes and related features, very rich in volcanic history. This whole area here. Next, so we have some heat here. Next. So this is not on the heat map. This here is a volcanic plug. A volcanic plug. Continuing. A large heat spread here. You can see some obvious submarine volcanoes here, offshore, large ones. So let's take a look at the nearby features. Another heat spread here. And some heat here. Large spread here. One moment. So I picked a few of the heat locations. For you to look at. Before we have a talk, I'm going to show you one more thing. So this is the World Magnetic Model main field intensity map for 2020. I cannot find the updated one for 2025. I'm not talking about the declination map. I'm talking about the main field total intensity. So the wider the spacing of these red lines, which is the magnetic field lines, the weaker the field protection over that area. This was actually done in 2019 when magnetic north suddenly accelerated. That beeping you hear is actually just one of my solar units charging up right now. Now, I've gone through some of the local Facebook groups in that area, news postings. I don't read the news, I read the comments, what people think. So one thing, obviously, these fires are not normal for these locations in that time of the year, and temperatures. I pointed this out last year. Large brush fire, Scotland, minus 16 degrees Celsius. I also see the usual idiot comments. Oh, they're all being said on purpose. There are certain areas of the planet with weak magnetic field lines, which results in increased ultraviolet radiation, including the more dangerous A levels. Correction, C levels, which is not supposed to reach us. That causes an extreme dryness. It sucks the moisture out of the soils and the vegetations. Everything becomes very, very dry. Such as the British Isles. I pointed this out the same time last year. A few videos. And it's happening again. It's got nothing to do with this 15-minute nonsense cities. It's got nothing to do with people going around setting these fires. Yeah, there's a lot of chemtrailing going on. If your mind is open enough and not stubborn, you will know that there's more than one reasons why they spray the skies. They do it over me just before geomagnetic storms, because I am surrounded by volcanoes. It helps to mitigate, it helps to block the increased muon penetration, saturation into the volcanic chambers. Now, these volcanoes I just pointed out, they're extinct. But what's underneath isn't extinct. The rising magmatic pressure, as we have more and more of that cosmic energy coming in, pressurizing the outer core, that hotter magma has to rise up through the mantle plumes to the underside of the lithosphere. So we have that situation from below our feet, but also the increased ultraviolet radiation, which causes the droughts and the dryness. And like I said, I've tried repeatedly. Yes, I know they issued the 2025 version of the World Magnetic Model, but they only focused on the field declination. If someone has it, show me the main field intensity map so we can see which areas of the planet have weaker field intensity. They're not going to show you. So that's what I think about the fires and the other heat locations throughout these areas, which also includes the southern tip of Norway. Kevin, you awake, Kevin? I'm trying to get back into getting more videos put out. I have to, because I have to do so much each month to reach a minimum revenue, and I'm nowhere near it. So that's it for now, folks. There are other areas of concern for heat. Try and find the time to show you those later.